troubled past. Overcoming racial barriers is still a work in progress. Black players still a minority 20 years after the end of apartheid. Now the government's banning sporting federations like rugby hosting international events in a bid to speed up integration along colour lines.
When you see particularly our national teams going to the world, they are our ambassadors, they are our envoys. And people are looking at them to see if apartheid has ended.
It's a question one may well ask looking at the Springboks, the country's flag bearers, still predominantly white. Some argue that attitudes of those in charge are still deeply entrenched and they do need to be pressured to reform.
They're just more comfortable with someone who looks like them, who speaks the same language as they do, went to the same school, the same church, knows how to press the button.
Remember the jubilant scenes after the 1995 Rugby World Cup? Colour didn't seem to matter as they celebrated. For President Nelson Mandela, flanked by the team captain, it was a clear sign of unity.
Everybody got a little mascot. There's Brayton, number 14, I used to play.
That's you. Decades later, for Brayton Pulser, who once played for the national team, there's no shortage of grassroots talent here. He should know. But the reality is black players still get overlooked as they try to move up the ranks.
And if you go to the schools, for instance, they are, black, white, coloured players who love the game, who want to become Springboks one day, and it's great to see. But I think for me the big problem came where the coaches at the provinces unfortunately weren't, I would say, open-minded enough to give players of colour more opportunity.
The stain of history still haunts sport in South Africa, but the politicians say there's no excuse. They want accelerated change. South Africans have a long tradition of sport, and many of the federations agree they need to do more to improve the racial mix. 80% of the population in South Africa is black, yet the sporting bodies say they face this dilemma: how to grow new talent quickly, while at the same time not compromising the country's competitive edge. Youngsters from the townships are being groomed to overcome that hurdle. But until black players account for 2/3 of the national team, the right to host international tournaments may be in doubt. Karen Allen, BBC News, Cape Town.